Hi there, stampers and crafters. My name is Tammy White from stampwithtami.com, and welcome to my online class where we are going to be making this groovy Easter egg card today. And we are I'm kicking off my Easter egg hunt today too. So today's day one, and the first egg is hidden on my YouTube channel. I think it's pretty easy to find. I think you'll find it there. Some of you might actually be watching this on YouTube Live, and some of you might be watching on Facebook Live. If you're watching on Facebook, pop on over to the YouTube channel so you can find it. If you haven't downloaded your map yet, make sure you do it. We are having so much fun with this. I've hidden eggs all over. There's going to be a new egg revealed every day. Collect all the colors for a chance to win gift certificates from me. And if you haven't downloaded the map, you can download it at stampwithtami.com. There's a link in this video's description. And I have some excellent card ideas and tutorials to share with you this week. Get it? Excellent. I have some tutorials on my blog. I have some in my newsletter, and this one right here on our live stream class. So it is a happy card. I saw that go by in the comments as we were getting started. It's a very happy card. It makes me happy. So this is what we're going to be doing today. It is a Groovy card. I had some fun with it. So it's cool, right? And it's really, really easy to make. So we'll get started. I am using for the words a wish for everything. So there wasn't a lot of Easter stamps this year in the catalog, and so whenever that happens, it means I've got to be creative, right? And I have to start thinking of different ways to, oops, sorry, wrong one. Oh, I don't know where my table went. Oh, hold on one second. Sorry. There we go. Sorry. I love technology when it starts acting up, right? Like, oh my goodness, what to do next? Okay, so anywho, I use the wish for everything. So whenever there's not a lot of, like a certain holiday or something that I'm, that jumps out at me, it means it's time to be creative, right? So I've got some really different things this week to share with you. Lots of eggs because it's an Easter egg hunt. So this is a great set too because it has words for all occasions. I am actually going to start with the very basics today. We are going to go with a full sheet here of 8.5 by 11 cardstock. I've got basic white right here. This is pretty much most of our card, with the exception of the brights to color the egg with. Well, we're going to be doing some Easter egg coloring. So first thing I'm going to do is cut this right in half on the long side at 5.5. And that's going to give us a card base. So it's a standard size card base. It fits a medium-sized envelope. You can get them in my online store. That's the basics right there. And then I'm going to cut this down 1/4 of an inch. So that was 5 1/4 by 4. You do not need to be writing these down, and I'll tell you why. I have a free PDF for you. You'll find this on the resource page. Every project and video class I have has a resource page. And there I have all the information. I have more information there and more goodies there, and a free PDF with the measurements. So don't feel like you need to be writing all of this down. You don't. So the next layer and the last piece of that, so we're pretty much using the whole sheet of Whisper White here. It's just going to go down 1/4 of an inch from that one. So we're going to go 3 3/4 by 5. So we have a layered basic white, no longer Whisper White, formerly known as Whisper White. We have a layered basic white card here. There we go. All right, so I am going to start working on, let's start working on the middle layer. So what I did with the middle layer, I like to get the most out of your cardstock and your foil sheets and any other designer paper that you have. So I cut the egg base right out of the middle of this middle panel that we are going to be covering up anyways. So just get out of here. I'm going to go this way today. And I'm using the layering oval. Okay. So I'm going to take the largest of these ovals. Oh, thank you, Peggy. That was a really nice thing to say. She says she loves how I've got everything prepared for you guys ahead of time. I do try to do that to make it easy for you guys. A lot of work goes into the classes, but you know what? They're so worth it. I love spending time with you guys. I love doing new techniques and teaching new things. I never in a million years thought that this would be my profession, right? And one that I love so much that I enjoy getting up every day and doing it. And this is going on my 18th year. Pretty awesome, right? So I've got the largest oval. I'm putting it slightly to the top here. I know it's down to the bottom. I just want to get the whole thing in there. Of the, this is the cut and emboss machine. And I'm cutting this out of the middle layer of the card. Okay. Oh, thanks, Diana. She says she loves spending time back. Thanks. I feel the love. Feeling it, giving it. Okay, so that, you know what? I'm not even paying attention. It didn't matter where on this card I cut it, as long as there was a 1/4 inch border, because that's all that's going to show in the end. Okay, so the reason why I was cutting that is because I wanted that piece. So, that, I'm going to move this out of the way just for now, but we'll bring it back in a minute. So, I know I was like, oh, you got to cut it up here. You don't, doesn't matter. I was thinking of the end placement. See how that panel's not going to show because I'm hiding it. So that's just one way of getting the most out of your cardstock. So far, we've got one piece of Whisper White cardstock, and it's pretty much everything on our card except adhesive and a little bit of designer paper. Okay, so, and we've got our egg template cut out. Before we get to that, though, we need to make our egg stripes to go with it, our Groovy stripes. So I've pre-cut these, and they came from the Brights Designer Series paper. And I am very blessed. One more reason I love being a demonstrator is we get things early. We get, you know, sneak peeks and pre-orders and things like that, as well as our discount. And so I was able to get my hands on some of the new Designer Series paper that's coming out in the new catalog. So that's what I'm using today. I'm using the Brights collection here, and I know it's not as fanned out nicely as I would like it. But it's got all the Brights colors here. There's some new patterns. However, if you are not a demonstrator yet, or you didn't, this was a special, everybody got this in the demonstrator kit during Celebration. So if you don't have the new, it doesn't matter. You don't need this paper. You can do this card with anything. In fact, we have the Brights, the old Brights collection, and I don't know if you guys saw the retiring list is coming out tomorrow. I have a feeling the old Designer Series paper and the different color families are going to be retired, since we have new ones that we had during that promotion. So just so you know, I had the wrong time on my newsletter. I said it was midnight. I saw this morning it's not going to be revealed until 1 p.m. Mountain Time tomorrow. Be ready, though, because things are already selling out. We know the in colors are going. They're already selling out, so don't wait. Be ready. It's at the Eastern time. That's 3 o'clock. At 1 p.m. Mountain Time tomorrow, that list is being revealed. Go right to my online store. Don't delay, because you don't want to miss out on that sale. Anyways, this is actually not even the Brights. This is the this is an in color collection, but this is the old patterns, and you can use these. They will look awesome. So if you have the old Brights Designer Series paper, and if you don't have that, if you have Bright designer paper in different patterns, it's all going to look really fun. You could even use cardstock if you wanted to. So anything that you have on hand will work here. So in my original, I have, I know, isn't it beautiful paper? So you get a little sneak peek at what's coming out here. But the old Brights Designer Series paper will work too. It'll be the same colors, just different patterns. So I thought maybe I'd do something different. I was going to poll you guys in the 5-minute warm up to see which of the Brights colors you like the best and use those. But I'll just go ahead and we'll go with the Gorgeous Grape, Daffodil, and I feel like I'm missing a couple of pieces here. So we'll just go with what we have. Let's see. Green. What do you guys think? What colors do you want? I've got Granny Apple Green. This, nah, I feel like I need some pink in there. That. Okay, let's go with this. That look good? You think? Yeah? I think they'd all look good at some, in there. Okay, so next I've got a foam adhesive sheet. So we sell, this is like a big, long, I've got votes for Granny Apple Green now. I'll bring that back. You guys are the boss. Let's bring that back in. All right, so this is a foam adhesive sheet. It's like one big dimensional. It's not cut up. So that's pretty awesome. I cut it to 3 inches. I actually put the measurements of the foam sheet on that free PDF. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to peel this whole thing off because it's really sticky. I'm going to just go one piece at a time. Okay, so these are 1 by 3 inch strips, and I've got a 3 inch strip here of the foam strip. So literally, I'm just going to kind of line them right up. This is how I'm going to get the most out of this foam strip. They don't have to be lined up beautifully or perfectly or anything like that. Just, there we go. They don't even have to be exact measurements because we're going to be cutting them out after. I just kept this over it because it's really sticky. Your fingers will stick to it. Okay, so now all 4 of these are attached to a foam adhesive sheet. We're not going to have any waste left over on this adhesive sheet because I've pretty much lined them right up. So I'm just going to cut them out because I'm going to cut each one individually. And you could leave them together if you wanted to, but that would just mean you're running them all through the die cut machine multiple times. And I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to do it once. Okay, so each strip is on a foam adhesive sheet. And I'm going to bring back in, actually, you know what, before I bring in the die cut machine, this is the die set that I'm using. It's actually the floral heart dies, and this one actually goes with the, is it Forever Floral? It's a bundle. It's one of the pretty bundles that's in the mini catalog, and I know Linda did a big presentation on it, and I'm already drawing a blank. It's Forever, no, it's the Love You Always Sweet, and the Love You Always Sweet, and it's got a stamp set that matches it. But the reason why I wanted to use this particular one was because I wanted this one label. I wanted this one die. So I'm using this one die. But if you didn't have this die, there are other dies that have a similar shape that you could use. I loved that shape. I loved how it looked all together in the end. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do each one of these. Put that on. Just make sure that the paper is lined up right in there, and then we're going to just run them through. Oh, thanks for sharing, you guys. I didn't tell you guys what you could win today, did I? I'm such a tease. Well, I should do that while we're cutting. So, my prize for today is, I think I have it on here. Oh, goodness. I have let's see. La 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 la. What are you gonna win? Today's Prize Patrol. There we go. Springtime joy, because it's Eastery, and you know it's a fun set. All you need to do to enter to win this is leave a comment here on this video. You could be watching on YouTube or Facebook, either one. Leave a comment and you will automatically be entered to win. And if you share this, like I see a lot of you shared, and I love when you share the love, I will enter you a second time. That's how much I love when you share the love. So thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, we got lots of love for the stamp set too. That's great. So in the meantime, I'm cutting behind the scenes, but all I'm doing is the same thing I just did on the first one. Right? I'm just cutting out each one of these strips. So we got greeny apple green, and we got one more. And the last one is Melon Mambo. Oh, thanks, you guys. Thanks for the love. That aside, again, just for a minute. It'll come back. It'll make its comeback. Okay, so here's what we got. I did a different pattern, as you can see. So you can mix this up. You could do different designer papers. You could do different colors. You could do different patterns. Everything is going to look awesome here with this. Okay, so here's what I've got now, all lined up and ready to go. And now I'm going to bring in that oval. This is the largest oval from the oval layering ovals dies. And let's see, I'm going to put that yellow somewhere in the middle. There we go. That's going to be my color setup. So, silicone mat while I do this part. I'm going to peel off the backing here because this is on foam now. We've got one big foam adhesive piece, and I'm just going to start at the top. Actually, I want to make sure that the very tippy top of the egg is covered, and I'll show you why. And I guess this is all personal preference. On my original, I didn't, so you can see the tippy top of the egg got cut off there. I think it looks better when it's at the bottom. That's my personal opinion. So I want to make sure that tippy top is covered. And then leave a little space in between each one. These would even be fun if you put them on a diagonal. I'm almost doing that unintentionally. And let's see, put that one right there. And this one down the bottom. Okay. Now, these overhang pieces here are going to be sticky. Sometimes I like to cut them off before I do the next step just so that they don't stick to my pads on the cutting pad. And actually, you know what? If you wanted to, you could probably, if you're really good with the fussy cutting, you could probably just trim them off and not even do this next step. I'm going to show you how to do it anyway, though. See how they're all sticky like that? I'm just really roughly cutting because I'm going to do a nice die cut finish at the end, but I just didn't want them to stick to my cutting pad when I do this next step. Okay, so I know it's a little rough looking, but this is the finishing touch that's going to make everything awesome. Okay, so last time we're bringing in the die cut machine for this. And you can do this either way. You can do this right side up or you can do it upside down. I might even do it upside down. You just want to make sure you got it lined up right because it's a really thick layer. I don't know, honestly, I think doing it upside down is easier to line up. So this is going to trim off all of that excess overhang and it's going to finish the edging. What a great idea, Sue. That is an awesome idea. She says you could sprinkle baby powder on the sticky parts so they wouldn't be sticky and not have to do that. That is a really great tip. Thank you for sharing that. So when I take this off, ta-da! Isn't that awesome? I love it. So now we've got our groovy egg. Get it? Ba-dum-bump, groovy. And pretty much, I mean, that's basically it for this. Now we're going to bring in the layers that we cut back at the beginning. I'm going to go with this top. This is the top layer right here. And bring in some Gorgeous Grape. I'm using Gorgeous Grape. Gorgeous Grape is the designer series paper we used on here. We'll use the Gorgeous Grape for the words from the A Wish for Everything. I took the nice scripty happy because it made me happy. And this I'm going to put down towards the bottom. And then the words Easter right underneath it. And then go ahead and layer that. So you can, you know what, I don't even think that needs to be popped up on dimensionals. I think that can go down flat and it would look good. And pop that right on there. Now these next two pieces, they're going to go on, I didn't even need to flip this middle one over, right? It's the same on both sides. They're going to go on with dimensionals, so they'll layer and have, you know, that look of that depth in the card and the layers of basic white. So you have a lot of depth in this card, and it's groovy. Okay, so we got our middle layer where we cut the original egg out of. No one's going to see that. And then we'll put this right on top. And I mean, it's pretty much done, but I just couldn't finish it without adding some bling bling. So these are frosted and clear epoxy droplets. And I just took a couple and put them down here on the bottom of our egg. There we go. And there we go. So there's different colors, just showing them in different colors. Groovy egg. I hope you've enjoyed that. Super fun. And that one's an easy one that you could make a bunch of because they're just such fun cards. And I am using this. This is the new designer series paper coming out in the new catalog, which means retiring list is coming out, and it's coming out tomorrow. And I had a wrong time in my newsletter yesterday. It said midnight tonight. Don't wait up till midnight tonight because it's not posting until 1 p.m. Mountain Time. I might even send a correction out later because I don't want anyone waiting up and then getting upset that they lost some sleep over this. So because you don't want to be late at 3 p.m. Pop on there. You do not want to miss out. Good stuff is going to sell out fast. I'm going to tell you right now, good stuff is already selling out. The those retiring in colors, Rococo Rose cardstock is already gone. So if you have other favorites of those retiring in colors, get them now. And if you haven't downloaded your map, today's day one of the Easter egg hunt. So much fun. So you're going to want to find those hidden eggs. This day one is hidden on YouTube. And it's really, I think it's really easy to find. It's sticking right out there. The little end of the egg is sticking right out there. I think you'll be able to find it. Be sure to download that map so you know where to go each day because you could win Stampin' Up! Gift certificates from me. All right, thank you very much. I hope you have enjoyed this project today, and I will be back actually on Saturday with our blog hop, so there won't be a class on Friday, but I do have some excellent tutorials on my blog, stampwithtami.com, coming up this week. So they're full card tutorials. One's even a card set. Don't miss them, and don't miss the rest of the egg hunt. Thanks for joining me today.